And welcome to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio for another edition of your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified from Teen Vision TV 16. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. Big show coming your way. We have got a live report from Citrus Hill High School as we check in with the Hawks football team. Big game against San Jacinto on Friday, which will be live right here on Teen Vision TV 16. We're also going to check in with California Baptist volleyball tonight. And I think our guy Derryl Trujillo, Senior Writer, is at a golf tournament right now, high school golf going on. He's going to give us a live report as well. But first things first, we're going to start in the wild and wacky world of the Southwestern League. I absolutely love the Southwestern League. I have fallen in love with it this year because of the parity. Let's take a quick look at the league standings as it is right now, and it's really a logjam. To say who's going to win and how that's going to all finish out in the pecking order in the Southwestern League is anybody's guess at this point. But that's how it looks going into Week 9 right now. Murrieta Valley, Temecula Valley, Vista Murrieta all 2-1, and then just one game back, Chaparral, Great Oak, and Murrieta Mesa at 1-2. So it is heating up, and it's going to be a wild final 2 weeks of the regular season in the Southwestern League. Joining us now to help us maybe make a little bit of sense of what's going on, and he's actually, I don't want to say the problem, but he's part of the problem that we've got this right now, is Temecula Valley head coach Bert Esposito, one of our dear friends. And coach, huge win against Vista Murrieta, and now it sets up a crazy photo finish, a down-to-the-wire kind of finish in the Southwestern League right now. First off, let's go back to that win against Vista Murrieta, the first time that the Golden Bears have beaten the Broncos, I think like in 15 years. How huge was that win for you and that program?
It was big. It was super big. I mean, we just hear about it all the time. And, you know, the kids a couple of years ago, I guess they were down 42-zip at halftime of their Vista Murrieta game. So just to be able to contend and put ourselves in that position has been great.
Now, Coach, going back to last year, I'm trying to remember, I think that your game against Vista Murrieta, was it canceled because of lightning, or there was something wacky happening that weekend, and it was a close game and it got canceled and or postponed and finally canceled. But last year, maybe the writing was on the wall that you guys were on the move, right?
Well, I mean, you know, it was a tough situation for everybody in Southern California that weekend. Rain, thunder showers, the whole bit. And a lot of different leagues, you know, just said, hey, we're done after the first quarter. And others played it the next day. And that's kind of what happened. But, you know, we just moved on.
Well, it's a huge win against Vista Murrieta, and now we've got this log jam in the Southwestern League, which is it's going to make the final 2 weeks of the regular season so much fun. Coach, are you looking forward to the final two games? I know you've got Chaparral this Friday, and coaches just like to look at the opponent that's right in front of them, but these last 2 weeks are going to be crazy.
Oh, so we have another game after Chap?
You've already had enough drama for an entire season.
All we're focused on is this Friday night. That's honest to God. We are just trying to do our best. It's a huge rivalry. You know, I got here last year. I didn't realize how intense it is. And last year we got a little taste of how intense the rivalry is. It's on it borderlines hatred. And but, you know, we're trying to keep our kids focused on the task at hand and continue on. And, you know, we'll show up. That's for sure.
Well, Coach, it was 2017 against Vista Murrieta, and I know your teams traditionally score a lot of points, but what I was impressed with is, you know, finding different ways to win. Maybe it's the defense carrying the Golden Bears, you know, for a couple weeks. I mean, have you been impressed how different facets of your team have been able to step up and, you know, a low-scoring battle with Vista Murrieta, and you guys were able to find a way to win?
Yeah, no, it's been an interesting season. We've had games like we had one game we had to win in the last minute. The Murrieta Valley game, we lost in the last second. We've had some highs where we lost a lot of kids against San Jacinto and kind of played them a little bit shorthanded. And then we've had games where we blew people out. So it's kind of like we've gone through the whole gamut. And we really weren't stunned at the position. We were down 17-7 at halftime and came back and won that game. And definitely the defense played phenomenally. I mean, we stopped the run very well. And, you know, our defense is pretty good.
Well, Coach, you've seen enough football. Have you ever seen a league as close in competition as the Southwestern League this year? Because it seems like on any given night, another team can rise up and beat the other. And even with 2 weeks to go, and I know we're almost finished now with the regular season, I mean, a lot of these other leagues are already kind of buttoned up. You kind of know who's going to win the league, or at least maybe down to 2 teams. But in the Southwestern League, I think we got 6 teams. I mean, have you seen something like this before?
No, I never have. The only, league that obviously you look top to bottom and you're like, wow, every team in that league is phenomenal is the Trinity League, over in South Orange County. And those guys are on a whole nother level. But the parity from first place to 6th place this year in this league is phenomenal. You're right. Any given night. I mean, the fact that Chaparral beat Murrieta Valley a few weeks ago, and, it's just anybody on any night can take care of it.
And, Coach, finally, is it just a sense of just buying into what you're doing with the program? Because, I mean, it'd be easy for a team to go into a game, let's say, against a traditional power like Vista Murrieta and say, well, we don't really have a shot. Let's just try to keep it close. I mean, these guys actually believed, right? I mean, and this was on the road, wasn't it? It was at Vista Murrieta.
Yeah, it was their homecoming game.
Yeah.
So, it's all about the process. And we started that a year and a half ago. And, it takes a little while to build that process. We happen to be a little ahead of schedule. We didn't think we would be able to do this right away. But we have some talented kids here, and they're really smart. Again, we had a great academic quarter. So these kids are dynamic players. They're smart players, and we got them believing right now.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. I cannot wait for these final 2 weeks to play out in the Southwestern League. Huge games coming up this Friday, Golden Bears and Chaparral. So, Coach, we appreciate the time, and best of luck the rest of the way. Who knows what's going to happen?
I appreciate it. Yeah, we're excited.
All right, Bert Esposito, the head football coach for the Golden Bears. Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so, I mean, what can you say about the Southwestern League? Just crazy in these final 2 weeks. 1 game separating all 6 teams. And because of that, because the Southwestern League is just turned on its side, these high school football rankings have been very, very hard for our Inland Sports supercomputer. Johnny, let's check out the rankings because everyone's hitting me up on social media. Why is this team in front of this team? Or, why is that one so high or low? Well, listen, these head-to-head matchups have really jacked up our rankings. I don't know what to make of it anymore. But anyways, this is how the Inland Sports supercomputer pumped it out this week. And if you got a problem, take it up with the computer. Centennial, Rancho Verde, Cajon, Norco, Murrieta Valley, Kaiser, Citrus Valley, welcome to the party, and Heritage. That's your great 8. The 4 more, Vista Murrieta, Aquinas, Citrus Hill, and San Jacinto. San Jack and Citrus Hill going head-to-head. We'll have a live report on that one in just a moment. Who's next? Well, how about the Golden Bears? They beat Vista Murrieta. So someone asked me, how can Vista Murrieta be ahead of Temecula Valley? I don't know. Ask the computer. Remember, Hemet also had a huge win against Citrus Hill. So where's Hemet? I mean, there's all these head-to-head matchups where we see these upsets. I mean, you can make a case for a lot of different teams. It's just so crazy. But that's how the rankings look this week. And trust me, it'll all sort itself out. We've got huge games this Friday. We got a couple big ones next week, so it'll all sort itself out. And again, that's just rankings. You want to go out there and win it on the field at the end of the day, right? So that's our Inland Sports Grade 8 and 4 more. We want to give a shout out to Matt Logan, the head football coach at Centennial. I think we got a picture with him and his family getting career win number 250. There he is. It happened against none other, against his alma mater, Norco High School. Beat the Cougars as a huge win for Coach Logan. Congratulations, 250 career wins with the Huskies. Unbelievable run. And he's not done yet. That's the scary part, is he's still going strong out there at Centennial. We got some highlights of their big win against the Norco Cougars. And on paper, at least, going into this game, it was a battle for first place in the land of the Big 8. Norco and Centennial out there. Shane Illingworth, the former Centennial quarterback, went to Norco, bounced around a little bit, but now he's at Norco. But they could just not stop Gary Bryant and those Centennial receivers. Yes, all 3 of them. In fact, I think maybe all 5 of them got some playing time this season. So there's a lot of weapons like Nick Floyd on the ground. We're going to talk about him in a second. But even though Norco is a very, very good team and in my humble estimate should challenge for a CIF Southern Section Division II title, just could not do it against Centennial. Centennial just too much on their home field. And again, that milestone win for head coach Matt Logan, number 250, as the top dog of the Centennial Huskies. All right, let's bring it back here in studio because now we've got our Mike's Fitness Equipment Athlete of the Week, and it comes from that very game. I just dropped his name. It's Centennial running back Nicholas Floyd. Let's check out his highlights because he was fantastic. 5 touchdowns in all against Norco to power that ground game. And that's really saying something for a Centennial running back because all of these receivers that they got at Centennial and their quarterbacks, they always like to throw the ball. They put up huge numbers, but they've had a great run of running backs as well. Nick Floyd, 5 touchdowns against Norco. He's on the verge, on the cusp of 1,000 yards on the season. Huge game against Norco, powering that ground game for Centennial. And listen, Centennial's got a bunch of guys who could be our Mike's Fitness Equipment Athlete of the Week. Gary Bryan, he's probably going to get it at some point still as we go into the playoffs. But Nicholas Floyd, you're the man tonight, the Mike's Fitness Equipment Athlete of the Week. When we come back here live on the Inland Sports Show, we are taking you out to Citrus Hill High School. We're going to check in with Hawks head coach Jason McMains next on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taken care of, whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. We have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time. And then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
from Spoiled in Riverside. Just opened up our new location off the 91 in Arlington and Riverside. Come check us out and get spoiled for a change.
So we got Patriots versus Jets tonight. Patriots trying to join the 49ers as the only undefeated teams in all the NFL.
That 9-0 victory.
I know, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But at halftime tonight of the Patriots and Jets, they have the new Star Wars trailer. Did you guys hear about that?
Really? Now I'm excited.
Episode 9, the final trailer, like the big juicy one, the big trailer.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Yes, is tonight at halftime of the Patriots Jets. So
even I kind of want to see it.
I'm nerding out hard. I was going to watch anyways, but now I'm really going to watch and hang around for halftime. Patriots had several opportunities to have that winning touchdown. Then Melvin Gordon fumbled. It all resulted in a 23-20 loss against Tennessee. And if you do the math, I think the Chargers can only lose maybe one more game. 2 more would probably put them out of the playoffs. So if you're a Chargers fan, you're already looking at the rest of the year saying, okay, we can only drop 1, maybe 2 at the most to even have a shot at the playoffs. Sports.
Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show.
And welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio, here live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. We're talking a lot of high school football here. In a moment, we're going to have a live report from Citrus Hill High School. The Hawks getting ready to take on San Jacinto, and that is one of the big-time premier matchups we've got on the gridiron locally this coming Friday, and this has league title implications written all over it in the Mountain Pass League. So we're going to hopefully hear from head coach Jason McMains shortly here on the Inland Sports Show. So we got Citrus Hill against San Jacinto. That's massive. We've got a couple other huge games as well, including our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game of the week, and it is going down in the Citrus Belt League. Let's check out the fancy graphic. It's Cajon hosting Citrus Valley. This is a game for the ages. Cajon going for the back-to-back CBL titles. But lo and behold, from out of nowhere, here comes Citrus Valley. And I shouldn't say maybe nowhere, because we knew Kurt Bruick was going to turn things in the right direction for Citrus Valley, but it's happened very, very quickly. So now they're going to get their shot. And here's the Blackhawks, too, at 8-0. They are undefeated. Undefeated Citrus Valley, going up against the perennial power in the CBL, Cajon. So the winner of this one will have the inside track to basically control their own destiny and win out. So we'll see what happens on Friday night, but that's going to be a huge matchup as Kurt Bruick and the Citrus Valley Blackhawks get Cajon in a game that will decide the Citrus Belt League Championship. Now, let's give a shout out to Kaiser quarterback Trey Tribble, and a shout out to his coach Billy Cardosi for sending us an awesome picture. Let's check out Trey, and he's got, look at that, big stiff arm. This was last week against Summit High School, rivalry game, Sun-Kissed league title, basically on the line against the Skyhawks, and Trey Tribble had himself a game for the ages. So let's go to those highlights. Kaiser against Summit this past week, and it really propelled Kaiser into the driver's seat to win the Sun-Kissed League Championship. So here we go, Kaiser against Summit, and Trey Tribble again did a little bit of everything in this game for the Cats. He went 7 of 9 passing, which doesn't seem like a lot behind that Kaiser defense, but it was a lot. 7 of 9 passing, over 300 yards through the air, 163 yards on the ground. He passed for 2 touchdowns. He ran for 3 touchdowns. And I think he was the Cal High Sports Player of the Week, I want to say. I mean, he had one of these games that you just don't see very often. He did a little bit of everything. He's a fantastic player. He could probably play any position on the field. And I know you guys probably feel like we're gushing over him every week here on the Inland Sports Show, but every week he does something amazing. And those stats, I don't care who you are, any way you slice it, 7 of 9, 300 through the air, 163 on the ground. That's 463 yards of total offense for the quarterback. So just unbelievable for him to get that huge game. And again, it was a rivalry game. They had to beat Summit. That was the league title on the line, essentially, and they got the job done. Huge, huge win for the Kaiser Cats against Summit High School, and big game from Trey Tribble. So let's go to our spoiled slick play of the week, and it's Trey Tribble. And I don't know if you guys saw it in the highlights because it happens pretty fast. Let's check it out. Check out this move by Trey Tribble. It's one of his touchdown tosses. Like, he steps up in the pocket, then he drops back once again to buy more time, and then he airs it out to an open receiver, and he's going to get down the sideline for the touchdown. So he is such a fantastic athlete, just a great runner, but man, check out the pocket presence. Drops back, he's got a little bit of time, steps up into the pocket, and then drops back again just to scramble, just to buy a little bit more time for his receiver to get downfield and get open. So a heads-up play by Trey Tribble in this game against Summit. He is our spoiled slick play of the week for that great toss against the Summit Skyhawks. So congratulations to Trey Tribble, the spoiled slick play of the week. All right, we're going to take another break. We're still trying to get Jason McMains live from Citrus Hill. We're also going to go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling, as we check in with the Lancers volleyball team and also talk a little bit of soccer. So we'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 K-Cal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
What's going on, guys? Coach Bass here. We're here at the new Boost Performance Center here at 500 Harrington Street in Corona, California. We got a bigger space, more room for strength training, speed training, everything our athletes need. We got our student athletes here getting their studying done. So some of the different things we're going to be offering here at the new Boost Performance Center is really focusing on recovery, whether that be physical therapy or active recovery with yoga. We're also going to be offering nutrition classes for the general public. So really taking a more well-rounded approach to fitness for athletes, of course. Come check us out at our new facility. We're going to be opening soon. Can't wait to have you guys here.
Just opened up our new location off the 91 in Arlington and Riverside. Come check us out and get spoiled for a change.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog.
Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports.
Jacoby crosses one. Sent right back to the near post. A header, and it's going to be finished. Badawia put it on frame. Soderholm gets it right back, slings it across, hauled one touch, Badawia. Left foot curves it, Badawia scores!
Inland Sports.
And welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio here, live and amplified every Wednesday night at Teen Vision TV 16. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez, and that was the voice of Cullen Holt from the Inland Sports Show, your voice of California Baptist soccer. That was a huge win for the women's soccer program over the weekend. In fact, they've had a couple huge wins, and that sets up tomorrow's even more massive matchup as we go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. Let's check out the graphic. It's CBU taking on Seattle University, and this is essentially your WAC championship match. Right now, CBU is in first place, but right on their heels and also undefeated is Seattle University. So it's going to be a huge game. Seattle comes in at 4-0-1 on the year, just that one draw. And again, this will go a long ways in determining the regular season WAC champion. So right now, the CBU women's soccer team on the verge. They're very, very close to winning a WAC regular season title. And the game will be tomorrow against Seattle. You just saw the graphic. I think it was 3 o'clock out there at CBU. So that's going to be a huge, huge match. And our own Cullen Holt will be on the call. So if you can't make it out there, head over to cbulancers.com. You'll find the link. You can watch the game and listen to Cullen Holt on the call. CBU and Seattle University women's soccer Thursday, 3 o'clock. Also, volleyball as we continue to go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. And what a roller coaster weekend for CBU. I was there. The director, Johnny Nunez, was there. It was a big match against Grand Canyon on Saturday. It was a tough 5-set loss for the Lancers, but they bounced back in a big way on Monday night. Let's check out those highlights. CBU volleyball in a Monday night battle against my team. Well, my former team, kind of. Cal State Bakersfield, the Roadrunners. The Runners in town taking on CBU. And this was, and they played a lot of them, another 5-set battle for Middle Earth. But CBU would prevail, and maybe more importantly, they did it in front of a record-setting crowd. 3,418 fans piled into the CBU Event Center to watch the Lancers gut out a 25-21, 18-25, 25-20, 10-25, and 15-12. 5-set thriller against Cal State Bakersfield. What a win for CBU out there, again, in front of a record crowd. And to drop the fourth game 25-10 and bounce back to win the fifth and final decisive set, that was amazing. A lot of resilience coming out of that CBU volleyball team. And en route to that win, Natalie Zimmerer collected 44 assists, so now she has more than 2,000 in her illustrious CBU volleyball career. In fact, if my math is right, and sometimes it is, she now has 2,026 assists in her career at CBU. So all 5 sets against Cal State Bakersfield, and CBU wins it in front of 3,418 fans, breaking the old attendance record, which was set just last year against UC Riverside in the Events Center. That was match point as CBU wins. So after the match, our Cullen Holt, he was at the game. He caught up with not only Natalie Zimmerer, who has over 2,000 career assists, but also head coach Brandon Higa. So let's continue to go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling, and hear from the CBU volleyball team.
I mean, I feel like my roles have changed each year. I came in as a freshman, didn't play at all. Sophomore year, maybe 1 or 2 games. Junior year, again, just a few. And I feel like these past 2 years, I've really developed as a leader. So it's been fun just having a different role each year and getting that 2,000.
How fun was that for you guys?
It was super fun. I mean, we've had a lot of challenges this season, and it was so nice to just finally come through and deal with that adversity and get a win.
Kind of a tough loss to GCU a few days ago. How important was it for you guys to bounce back today?
Yeah, I I mean, GC was great this year, so it was fun to just battle with them, but we did need a win under our belt, so I'm glad we got that tonight.
That was just a gutsy, gritty win by us. It was a roller coaster of a match where it felt like we dominated quite a bit, and then the script just totally flipped on us. And for that fourth set that was what, 12 or something, 25, 10, and for us to come back and have just the toughness and the grittiness to get it together and win that fifth was unbelievable. It was just a tremendous win, just all heart by our team. Oh, it was unbelievable. Well, last year's atmosphere was incredible. This was even better. I don't know how many people were here tonight.
3,000 plus.
3,000 plus, but they brought it with us all night, and we absolutely won points because of them. And can't wait to do it again. We had some ups and downs early because we were trying to figure out our offensive system, and even tonight it was a little bit different. We were in a 6-2 against Grand Canyon on Saturday, and some injuries happened, and now we're in a 5-1. So I think their experience in the 5-1s early on in the season really came to bear tonight because they weren't rattled. They're used to playing in a 5-1, and they settled in really, really well.
And that was Inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. Big time women's soccer matchup Thursday afternoon, 3 p.m. kickoff. CBU and Seattle University. Cullen Holt will have the call live if you can't make it out there. And again, the volleyball team, big win in front of a record crowd out there at the event center. If you haven't been out there, you should go check it out. Basketball season is right around the corner now, so we'll be talking a lot more Lancer basketball in the next couple of weeks. So when we come back, we're going to have Derryl Trujillo live. We'll talk a little golf and a little bit of volleyball. And we are finally going to get some Jason McMains, the head football coach at Citrus Hill, when we come back on the Inland Sports Show.
This is Centennial High School football coach Matt Logan. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taken care of, whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. Customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
Here at the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes, we provide a collegiate experience for our students. They study here, they train here, balancing that student-athlete life. And it's a great experience. I recommend for anyone who's serious about their student and athlete life. So because we're a small private school, we're really able to bring a lot of technology to our students. So we're able to provide a lot of what you wouldn't find at your typical public school. We really feel like we're on the cutting edge of education and on sports development as well. So whether it be recovery or just their strength and speed development, you can find it here at the new Boost Performance Center. We're providing everything our athletes need to be the best student athletes they can be. Just opened up our new location off the 91 in Arlington and Riverside. Come check us out and get spoiled for a change.
Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show. And welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio here, live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. I'm Pep Fernandez, rounding things out tonight on the Inland Sports Show with a little golf and a little volleyball. In fact, Senior Writer Derryl Trujillo standing by live, and he's at some golf course. I'm not even sure where he's at. Derryl, where are you right now?
I'm at Menifee Lakes Country Club, Pep. Covered day one of the Southwestern League Girls Golf Tournament. Jordan Parr with a 6-under par 66. Her competitive career low leads the field by 5. 8 spots to the CIF individual tournament at Los Serranos on November 7th at stake tomorrow.
Well, Derryl, I hope in your recap that you're going to find on the Inland Sports website probably later tonight that you're going to have some pun for, was it Jordan Parr? That's her last name, Parr? So
yeah, I'll definitely find a way to work one in.
Definitely. And then, so that was the first round. So there's one more round for Southwestern League Girls Golf?
Yes. Tomorrow morning, they'll start at 10 a.m. on the Palms course, the other course here at Menifee Lakes. And then after tomorrow, the top 8 will move on to the CIF qualifier at Los Serranos.
Oh, very good, very good. So there's some great girls golfers, too, down there in the Southwestern League. The other big news, Derryl, that you've been covering is high school volleyball. We're going into the CIF Southern Section playoffs this week. First round games now right around the corner. And we've got, a handful of number 1 seeds in their respective divisions.
Absolutely. Ontario Christian earned a number 1 in Division 3, the second straight year for the Coach Paige Liebhart and company. They earned a number 1 in D5 last year. Norco with a number 1 in D4. The Cougars actually wrestled league supremacy from Santiago this year, ending their league title streak and the winning streak.
So we've got some great girls golf. We've got some great volleyball going on. Real quick, Derryl, before we let you go, make a pick. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who has the best chance of running the table and winning a CIF Southern Section title?
I think we can bring home 3. Ontario Christian, Linfield Christian, and Cornerstone in D9.
You give Derryl an inch and he takes a mile. He doesn't want 1, he wants all 3. Hey, Derryl, we appreciate the time. Thanks for staying out there late. And again, check out the Inland Sports website. He's going to have a full recap from Southwestern League Girls Golf. Derryl, we appreciate it, man. Good work.
Have a good night.
All right, thanks. That's Derryl Trujillo live out there at Menifee Lakes. Going back to high school football, I think we have the Jason McMains interview queued up. Our guy Elijah Green out there efforting, but sometimes technology and these internet networks just don't want to work with us too well. But we do have Jason McMains. Here is Elijah Green catching up with Coach McMains, talking about the massive battle for Middle Earth against San Jacinto coming up on Friday, which you can watch live right here on TV, Teen Vision TV 16. Here is Coach McMains.
All right, here with Coach McMains, the head coach of the Citrus Hill Hawks. So real quick, Coach, one question I have to ask you, how important is this game this Friday in terms of winning the league championship?
Oh, it means everything. You know, I mean, we dropped our first league game against Hemet. That was a tough one, but we bounced back the last 2 weeks, and, you know, we still control our destiny. You know, if we win the next two, starting with Friday, you know, we still have a shot at winning the league. So it's huge. It's huge for our kids. It's huge for our program. It's huge to maintain the great history that Citrus Hill has.
All right, Coach, and sticking to the topic of this Friday's game against the Tigers, what do you think will be the key factors this Friday going against the Tigers that will help you guys pull off the victory?
Well, we got to definitely contain their quarterback. Quarterback is very, very good. And then we got to make sure we're very efficient offensively. You know, we can't turn the ball over. You know, we got to score in the red zone. You know, we got to take advantage of opportunities that are given to us. But we definitely have to protect the football. That's going to be key for us.
All right, good luck this Friday, Coach, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Great job, Elijah Green out there, always hustling, always finding a way. And I think McMains had a mustache going on. Looked great. Our guy behind the scenes, Johnny Nunez, breaking down the Mountain Pass League for me. So if San Jacinto wins on Friday, they're going to control their own destiny. They could just win out and win the league championship. But if Citrus Hill can beat them, we're going to have a real log jam, kind of like the Southwestern League, going into the final week. And we think it's Beaumont versus Citrus Hill, correct? In that final week, week 10? All right, I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I'm going with Johnny because he knows everything. Finally, let's wrap it up with the Boost Performance Training broadcast schedule. Two really huge games. I mean, they're all big, but two really huge games on the schedule this week, including the game that you'll find on Teen Vision TV 16. Check them out on Vimeo. It's San Jacinto and Citrus Hill. Big time football Friday night. We've also got Orange Vista against JW North. That is a Riverside TV game that will decide the Inland Valley League title. So two games that will decide league championships coming up on Friday night. Teen Vision TV 16 and Riverside TV. On 1490 AM KMET, we got Beaumont against West Valley on Friday night. Then, of course, all your scores and highlights on Sports Weekly Live on IEMG. Saturday, college football, Golden West against RCC on Riverside TV, and the University of Redlands at home against Laverne, 7 o'clock kickoff on 1490 AM KMET. And one quick addition to the Boost broadcast schedule. Tomorrow night on the Inland Sports YouTube channel, live radio. We're going to have Norco against Roosevelt football, live radio on the Inland Sports channel. So make sure you check out Thursday night football in the land of the Big Eight. Big thanks to Coach McMains, Coach Esposito from Temecula Valley, and of course our guy Elijah Green and Derryl Trujillo working so hard out there in the field tonight for the Inland Sports Show. Big thanks to all the guys behind the scenes. Jonathan, the new guy. We got a new guy behind the scenes helping out Johnny Nunez. So we got a couple Johnnies running wild up here at Teen Vision TV 16. So we do appreciate their help. And of course, all of our sponsors, including these guys, the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. We do it every single Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. And if you haven't already, one quick plug, please subscribe to the Inland Sports YouTube channel. I just checked. We're about 1,000 views away from 1 million. I really want to hit that 1 million mark. In fact, I'd love to do it by the end of the weekend. That'd be fantastic. But we're almost to 1 million views on the Inland Sports channel. So thank you to the Inland Empire. My name is Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next Wednesday night for the Inland Sports Show.